Hello, my name's Anne. I'm 55 and I had a son, Toby, who died in July 2011. Toby was 23 and he killed himself. It came completely out of the blue and as a complete shock. I want to send a video message to any young person out there, especially young men, who may be feeling hopeless, depressed, lonely, like what's the point of going on. I can only imagine this is how my son felt, but he didn't tell anyone. He didn't come to me from help, he didn't tell his friends, and everyone thought that he was the most happy-go-lucky, carefree person that you could meet. Yes, he had some problems. I knew about some of his problems. His other problems he hadn't told his friends about, whether he was embarrassed, whether he thought they would think he was weak. I don't know. I will never know, because I didn't get a chance to ask him. He didn't leave any note of explanation, and I'm just left with all the whys, what ifs, if onlys, and all the guilt that goes along with the loss felt by people affected when they've lost someone due to suicide. I feel that if I could send a message to young people to let them know the devastation that their death would leave behind, maybe it may make someone think twice. I don't know, but it's the only thing I can think of to do that might make my son's death have some meaning. If it could, if I feel so passionate about trying to send the message to other young people to try and get them to get a glimpse into the life of people left behind, it may, just may, make a difference. Toby had many friends who absolutely loved him. I mean, his funeral, it was just so heartbreaking to see all these young people just scarred forever by the loss of a friend, and they just didn't know anything was wrong. I'm his mother, and I didn't have any other children, and I loved him so much, and I was there for him and supported him his whole life, and he just went into a field and killed himself. I had a policeman knock on my door at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night in July last year, just completely out of the blue, to tell me that not only was my son dead, but he'd killed himself. It's just still too awful sometimes to take in, but I have to live with this now every day, this life sentence of pain for the rest of my life, and so do his friends and my family and his teachers. He was at university. Just, I can't tell you how many people this has affected. I can only assume that he was in so much pain, he just didn't want to go on, and felt like if he just went to sleep and didn't wake up, that would be a solution. But I just want to tell you that suicide is never a solution, because if you feel that your life isn't worth living or you're a burden, believe me, when you're gone, the burden that you will leave will be a million times heavier and harder to bear for the people left behind than the burden of whatever your problems are will be. I know it must be difficult being a young person, a young man. Maybe it's not being able to see a future. Maybe it's someone you love has left you and you just can't see the point of getting up, and every day is just pain and unhappiness. And maybe you're just putting on a brave face to the world and no one knows, and you feel that you can't confide in anyone because it would make you look weak, and you just don't know how to tell people. But there's so many people out there that want to help you. If you're at university, there's counsellors there who would be only too willing to help you. Anyone at university, or lecturers, if you just go to someone and say, look, I've got some problems, I need to talk to someone, you'll be referred to someone. Go to your GP, be honest with them, and they will take you seriously. There's organisations out there that have been set up specifically. Just Google CALM, C-A-L-M, the Campaign Against Living Miserably, and there's endless resources on that website to help you. Other young people that have blogged on there, that have shared what they were going through. And believe me, you know, I'm 55 and I know that you can get through dark periods of your life. It will pass and things will get better. I know when you're 23 you can't always see that. And I can only imagine the pain my son was in. I will never know. I will never know. I can only imagine. But it is just absolutely heartbreaking, and it's just, you know, it's killing me. I have to get up every day now, day after day, for the rest of my life, with this knowledge that my son chose to die rather than face up to his problems. There's so many things every day that remind me of him. I just miss him so much, and the thought that I will never talk to him again, be able to give him a hug, the phone won't ring and he'll say, hi Mum, how's it going? And I say, hi Toby, how's things with you? Oh, fine, fine. And just chat. And the last time I spoke to him was a few days before he died, and he just sounded normal, and there was no indication, no signs. Yes, he did have some problems, but there was no signs that he was down, depressed. He had friends, he had a social life. It's just so hard to bear for the people left behind. It's a life sentence of pain. So if you are down and depressed, please reach out, talk to someone, go on the internet, the Samaritans, just speak to someone, reach out, tell your friends. The chances are they'll probably say, yeah, you know, I went through a time when I was feeling the same. It is not weak. As a young man, it's not weak to ask for help, to cry, or it is strong. It's a strength. People will respect you and admire you, and people that love you will just do anything to help you.